Perfect. We are live everywhere. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Natalie, and I'm here with two amazing women. I'm here with Dr. Maryam Bakhtiyari. She is the inventor of BLA Fit, which is a powerful and innovative facial exercise device. And we're so fortunate to have Szilvia here with us. She is the developer of pelvic jaw underscore alignment. And she is a master in yoga from head to toe, and she's definitely revolutionized and really taken a BLA to another level on how we can achieve maximal benefits, not only for our face, but also from our neck down to our toes. So let's just kind of get into it and discuss a little bit more about how we can use BLA Fit, not only just for the physical beauty aspects, but also for TMJ. First, can you explain, Dr. Maryam, what is TMJ?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Good morning on a beautiful Monday morning. TMJ stands for temporomandibular joint. T is temporal bone, M is the mandible, and the joint between these two bones is called temporomandibular joint. And every bone in our body has to have a disc or a meniscus in between, and some of you know that you may have clicking or a noise when you open and close. That's a TM joint moving in and out. So TMJ is this area. I should have brought the head shot at some point, but we'll have one of our staff members. But it's could be a disorder. TMJ itself is not a disorder. I know a lot of us are used to saying, oh, I have TMJ, but TMJ is not a disorder. TMJ is a joint itself, temporomandibular joint. TMJ dysfunction or disorder, TMD, different names that is actually represents the disorder, meaning that if the upper and lower jaw do not line up correctly in this space, the disc is squished, and sometimes it moves in and out of the space, could cause a disorder. Sometimes there's no noise involved, and it still has a disorder because of just not having upper and lower jaw aligned correctly. So it's a whole 5 books of explanation. We can't say it now here, but if people have specific questions about it, we can go more in depth.
Right. And Szilvia, you had TMJ, right? And you were fortunate enough to get treatment with Dr. Maryam, correct? So how was that experience for you having TMJ? How did it affect your day-to-day life?
So first of all, I had no idea that I had TMJ. I really had no idea. When I started to develop pelvic jaw alignment, I had an intention to reduce my neck tension. So I'm a yoga teacher, certified yoga teacher of 10 years. And in the exercising world, the neck is such a gray area, a gray zone. On one hand, and I don't want to run ahead of what I want to talk about with the exercising world, but there needs to be correct exercises. And definitely correct exercises when you're correcting a bite. And again, I will go more deeply into that. But I am still in the process of getting my TMJ healing, and I think I'm doing pretty good because you gave me a little like a tap on the head the other day when I visited Dr. Maryam. And I can feel my bite aligning. I'm so sensitive to my body that I sense small little adjustments, and this is my big philosophy with my teaching, is that small movements create huge waves of change.
Wow.
And what I love about your work, Dr. Maryam, and I listen to your videos, they inspire me, kind of like the motivational speech videos that some people listen sometimes. When you talk about how gradually you load tension on a tooth, back here, because of TMJ, you get the jaw tension that is created, the locked jaw, the clicking, and everything that's happening back here as dysfunction. You actually create breaking in a tooth, and you can lose teeth. And that is the example of how a building up creates a devastation in someone's life. We're talking about day-to-day pain, and there was something not day to day, because I was really good at managing pain myself through my yogic tools and my breath, but I have a really high pain tolerance. I take a lot of punches in life. I am used to challenges and not getting it easy. And it's, it's sad. It's sad that we have to adjust to pain. But sometimes my TMJ was, I thought it was a sinus infection. And I thought I just had bad sinus infection from time to time. I was prone to ear and sinus issues. And until the day that she showed me on the x-ray, look at this, and you have bone loss. I was like, oh my God, how much have I endured, and I need to fix this.
Yeah, a lot of us take most of our tension in our daily life in our mouth. Everything is in our upper and lower jaw, tension, clenching, and we're really overusing some of the muscles that are not intended to be used so much. The masseters are the clenching muscles, and we're supposed to use them when we chew. We're not supposed to be pushing and power punching ourselves with our upper and lower jaw and keep growing this masseter and making the angle of our jaw much more severe. We call them like gonial notching, so that patients that clench, you can see that their faces are really square and the muscles are really defined and much more bulkier. And what happens is the tension that we take, our teeth are the poor guys that have to transfer that mental tension. Jaw misalignment goes right to the teeth, and we're taking it on our teeth, and our teeth structures cannot bear too much pressure. Enough for chewing, but over excessive pressure will cause fracture lines, and patients unfortunately end up breaking their teeth and loss of teeth structure, which again makes the situation of the TMJ worse, because the more we lose teeth, the more the jaw will collapse, the worse it will get. So it's very important to have a very balanced bite, and not everybody is born balanced. Any trauma or injury can create imbalance in our jaw. And how do we create that balance? Unfortunately, somebody like myself and Szilvia need to integrate in your life. And if you have a misaligned bite, we need to either make you an orthotic that she's wearing right now in her mouth that gives that balance, that loss of vertical dimension, that loss of structure, grinding. We grind our teeth, and the vertical height of our lower face height becomes less and less because the teeth are not long enough anymore. We're grinding it, and it just reduces the bite. And as the bite becomes deeper, our jaw becomes worse, our TMJ becomes worse, and it affects our neck, our posture, our everything, pelvis, hips, everything falls apart when the biggest part of our structure, the top portion of our body, imagine we have just holding a body like a little toy from the head, like a doll. The head is the top part, and if the head and the jaw are not aligned, we're throwing the whole structure down to the ground misaligned. So it's very crucial to get this part aligned, and once this part is aligned and relaxed, then we can work with somebody like Szilvia in order to remember and learn how to be aware about the rest of our body, the rest of our muscles. So that's how I see it. Unfortunately, stress, first place that it takes a toll in our jaw and our tooth structure.
Yeah.
And so this is a question for you, Szilvia, that you know this really well, is how does changing your bite affect the posture and your overall workout routine in your day-to-day life?
Ooh, it's huge, guys. It's so big. You cannot ignore your neck. You cannot ignore your head to rest of the body alignment. What I see, and firsthand, not just as a trainer, not just as a yoga teacher, but as a practitioner myself. I love working out. In fact, this morning I just had my boot camp, my very high cardio workout. And because I'm going through this experience, and I had the experience that I started to talk about, the neck tension, yeah? And the reason why I got into this whole BLA Fit, amazing world of BLA Fit, because I needed to reduce and re-educate my neck muscles so they don't do the work that my lower abdominals are supposed to do. So when you do your sit-ups, when you do your abdominal workout, anything that involves a head lifting, you may be loading tension in your neck.
Mm-hmm.
When you're adjusting your bite, when you are moving your jaw this
Forward
direction to decompress your TMJ, if you're doing your workout that is counterproductive to what your doctor is trying to help you with, you are going to like flushing money down the toilet. You have to, when one area is adjusting and you're healing and finally getting to the point of taking care of yourself, you have to take care of your whole body, your whole structure, and how you load tension and how you intelligently train your body.
Wow, that's powerful.
So what are some exercises that we can incorporate with the BLA Fit, and also just regular exercises that could help with TMJ?
Yes, so the number one thing I would recommend you all to do is come and see me. You can work with me privately or work in my group course. Breath course is very alignment and structural and pattern based course. But what you can do now, if you are really into working out and you are already getting your jaw alignment treatment with an orthodontic device, with a TMJ specialist like Dr. Maryam, avoid head lifts when you're doing your abdominal workout. So everything that is getting you this crunching, this kind of thing, not good. This area, you can tell that such little muscles, and they're so, they're strong, but they're really sensitive. Would you say?
Yes, of course. Our head, our body, our head is one very heavy part of our body, and in order for this head not to fall, there's many muscles that are holding our head straight, and these muscles integrate and work together, and they will become tense the moment we're forward head posture or we're doing any wrong movement. Especially with the phones and the technology, everybody's head forward and head down. That's huge on the neck and the back. On the masseters are always going to be tight. The occiput, the back of your head, will always have that load. So it is very important to have these little muscles that hold your head in a balanced position and be able to maximize them to be in a harmony and in a non-hyped way, like in a calm, relaxed way, what I wanted to say.
I want to say one more really cool thing, because I cannot say this enough, is that the best way to train muscles, the more listening your muscles gonna be when you are relaxed. If you're already tensed up, if you already have a lot of stress going on and your body is armoring non-stop, it is harder to create beautiful, chiseled, aligned, and toned muscles that are aesthetically pleasing as well. And not just functional, okay? We're talking about aesthetics too.
Of course.
So you need to have a full body holistic training. At least I believe, like, I would not train without involving a regulation of my nervous system or bringing myself to a place of calm. You know, instead of trying to escape from my problems and my issues, I like to use my movement practices to solve them while I'm moving and breathing.
By the way, if you go on her Instagram, Szilvia's Instagram, pelvic_jaw_alignment, you will learn a lot of, and you will see a lot of her movements she's talking about, and she puts daily posts on her Instagram. One thing about the Bella Lip Appliance, when you have TMJ, because I know the title today was TMJ, when you have TMJ and disorder of your jaw, whether it's clenching, head pain, jaw pain, ear pain, or even tension and hypersensitivity to noise, agitation, all the sympathetic nervous system activation. With the Bella Lip Appliance, what you are doing is one of the exercises, which is the vertical exercise that Szilvia is going to right now demo for us. It actually moves the lower jaw away from all the blood supply, nerve and artery, and extends the jaw open with resistance. And that's where the beauty of the jaw, as you can see, she just pushed, as she's using her upper and lower lips to be able to plump her lips for outer beauty, she's shifting her lower jaw forward, and she's adding the breath work that you will learn if you work with Szilvia. And then she's going to let her jaw open all the way, all the way, all the way, and extend, and then let's go to the second round. Nice and slow movement that activates many small muscles at the same time. It's working out and lifting your face. You're actually tapping to your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your calmness, relaxation, your yoga, Zen mode, and releasing some of that tension from your jaw, putting that disc back in, and increasing circulation to the brain.
So it's important to note that it's not an up and down motion, it's rather an up and forward motion.
Yes, yes. So if you move the belly lip appliance vertically, just up and down, you will get workout for your lips. But again, you're not working all together for a bigger price. The bigger price is doing the workout, getting your lips plumper, releasing your jaw muscle, relaxing that clenching muscle that we talked on clenchers that goes sideways on a horizontal direction. We're actually stretching the masseters, opening up the roadmap to the brain, and releasing the jaw tension. At the same time, you're getting the facial beauty benefits. This vertical exercise will plump your lips, lift your cheekbones, define the jawline, and tightens your jowls. At the same time, the benefits that we just talked about with Szilvia, which is a more relaxation, tapping to your parasympathetic nervous system, reducing the agitation, releasing the neck pain, all of the more benefits that you will learn more how to use with somebody like Szilvia, who is now, I could say, a BLA Fit expert, and she is our #1 trainer. If you wanted to learn more about more benefits and uses of belly lip appliance.
Szilvia, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that your muscles can't become like their best selves if they're experiencing a lot of like tension and stress throughout the day. Can you explain a little bit more about, for those people that clench their jaw, they're under constant tension, how can we incorporate breath work with BLA Fit to actually relax our muscles and like actually achieve the best results?
That's an awesome question. Thank you. So one of the ways to stimulate your vagus nerve. A vagus nerve is a big parasympathetic nerve that is responsible for downregulation, the ability to relaxing into things. So you can stimulate that nerve by very long exhales. And I did post questions on my Instagram what my followers wanted me to talk about. One of the biggest feedback I had, tell me the top 2 things that helps your TMJ healing right now. Well, one of the things is breath. Is that I finally started to apply my medicine on my own self that I've been teaching to others. Like I'm really good at like giving people and telling them what to do, how to heal themselves, but to do it for myself, that's the next level spiritual evolution for me. So I started to apply that very long exhale, which is helping you to get into that parasympathetic relaxation state. I use the opening on the inhale and closing on the exhale.
Yes.
I do this in the principles of training. So those of you who are watching and you are in the training world, you know that your muscles learn how to mobilize and activate on the exhale. Even the yoga people know that we give the breath cues, inhale and then exhale, move. So I apply the same principle into face yoga and facial training. These little teeny tiny muscles that love the attention and they don't get enough of it. So on the exhale is when the action happens, is when you're training the muscles and you're also training the relaxation, letting go. Training the muscle and letting it go.
And I remember when you told me about this a couple of weeks ago of how to do the inhale and the exhale. And I've noticed that when I do the exhale, it really helps to propel my jaw forward.
Nice.
And it really just brings a lot more relaxation to me overall if I do breath work with the BLA as opposed to not doing it.
Yeah, so your mindset and what is present for you while you're practicing makes a huge difference. What is the energy you bring to these very simple exercises can actually change your reality.
Also, one thing that I want to add in, I'm not a yoga instructor, but for somebody that treats TMJ, the reason we have the 5-minute one-to-one consultation as part of our introductory package is, first of all, shows how much we care as a company about you using the bellow lip appliance correctly, because we know once you use it correctly, you would not want to disengage this from your daily life. The second thing is, I treat patients that have lockjaw, limited range of motion. So that training, even though if you're not here next to me, if I know that you have those issues, I will teach you how to do it so that you can increase your range of motion as well. For me, when I have a lockjaw, Szilvia, when you want to get somebody that is, if you want to stretch somebody, right? You try to say relax and you're like doing the stretch. For me, when I have a lockjaw, I've noticed that for several patients, when I have them to exhale out, I tell them that let this appliance open up to its maximum like I just did for you. Because when you're activating, you're not thinking about releasing. So there's like a thing about
Changing patterns.
for those that have limited range of motion. For example, imagine I can't open my mouth wide because I have a lockjaw. When you have a lockjaw, and we had, Lydia knows, we had somebody on Friday here that had lockjaw, and we were trying to find where the bite was. When you move your lower jaw and shift it forward, you put the disc that locks you back into position. And now when we're trying to get that patient to be able to open when you breathe out for the lock patient, allows this to even extend further, because every time you're breathing out, it kind of like stretches you without you holding yourself tight. So that motion has taught me that for every patient has different things, right? For a limited range of motion, we teach patients how to do it a little bit different breath work. Again, that's not going to take you out of any wrong doing. Szilvia has a major knowledge about breath work, and she will teach you on a daily routine. But if you have lockjaw or limited range of motion, make sure you let us know when you have your consultation, whether with me or Szilvia, so we can fit the perfect exercise for you in order to not only just have your facial beauty, but be able to help some of your jaw problems as well. Inexpensively. You know how expensive it is here to get patients to get their TMJ appliances. It's a very expensive process, and it's really effective. But with bellow lip appliance, we're introducing a non-invasive, non-expensive device that can benefit you. Not necessarily it's going to be 100% TMJ treatment, but at least it benefits you and gets you in the right direction.
And I find it's a really good home practice. Yeah, for example, for people who you are treating and you send them home and do just 1 minute per day, it's so doable.
1 minute a day is all it takes to be able to get the benefit, because the facial muscles are very small muscles, and it doesn't take a lot of plumping to be able to get them activated. But it's just, unless you try it, you wouldn't know what we're talking about, and unless you're trained by the best, You wouldn't know. Of course, we're trained by her as well, but not, you are able to reach out to her. She has many different classes that are inexpensive as well, and you'll be able to benefit her and share her knowledge. She'll be able to share her knowledge with you.
Yeah.
And Szilvia, you just released some new classes recently, correct?
Yes, so these are new private one-on-one sessions, and you can exactly select what's your intention, what's your goal, beauty, unlocking the jaw, and a
Or
lot
all of
other
the above.
things. Yeah, TMJ healing. So yeah.
See if there's any questions there while we're talking.
And I also have a really awesome 5-part mini functional face yoga series that is really inexpensive for those who already have the BLA fit.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Virtual self-guided. You don't have to show up at a certain time at a certain place. You do it on your own.
So like every other device in Amazon or in the market, you buy it and there's nobody back there to teach you, to train you, to stand behind it. Bella Lip Appliance, we have a whole group of, I would say, evangelists that they love the Bella Lip Appliance. They learn, and we're all behind it and back you up with our trainings, with knowledge, because we know if you learn this simple device that's durable and has many other benefits, it has so much to offer you other than facial benefits. You wouldn't just put it in your drawer. We want you to be able to use it and maximize it and tell your friends and tell your loved ones as well.
Yeah, so if you're interested in learning more about BLA or purchasing a BLA, you can find us on Amazon, or you can find us on our website, blafit.com. And to learn more about Szilvia and what she teaches, which is just so helpful and so amazing, you can find her Instagram on pelvic_jaw_alignment, and your website is just
pelvicjawalignment.com.
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 Yeah.
I'll be the third one that repeats it.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And
Do we
thank
have
you
questions?
I don't believe we have any questions.
Awesome.